What's up, world? It's your boy KP.
Like the expert.
Welcome back to the Two Player Sports Podcast. We had to hit y'all with some breaking news that just dropped, man. I'm so surprised this happened. We just had to come on here and talk about it real quick. So, Mike, what we talking about?
Oh man, we're talking about a trade that just went down between the Indiana Pacers and the Toronto Raptors. Of course, New Orleans got involved in it, but it's kind of a big trade for right now. Starting off the trade deadline season and all that. So it's perfect.
Cue the intro. Yeah, man, I was really surprised. I knew they were saying a lot about Pascal Siakam possibly getting traded. I didn't know it was going to happen today. I thought it might be a little bit closer to the trade deadline, but hey, as NBA fans, we love when trades happen. That gives us a lot of interest.
Yeah, trades, that's my favorite part of the season. I mean, I love watching the games. Don't get me wrong. I love watching the games, but trades, free agency, all that stuff, that's my thing right there. And just, a big name like Pascal Siakam getting traded right now, that's big. And that's going to be huge for the Indiana Pacers.
Facts. So let's dig into the details of the trade when we talk about it. So we talk about what we got here. The Pacers made a big move, and I feel like they really didn't give up a lot as far as player personnel. Now, draft compensation kind of steep, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
went on and they traded Bruce Brown, who we like, played for the Denver Nuggets, played really well for those guys. Was a good contributor. Jordan Nwera, I'm not really familiar with him, but hey, maybe he's a good bench player or a guy to fill out the roster, or just to make it happen financially. But 3 first-round picks for Pascal Siakam, I feel like that's a haul when you talk about those first-round picks. Even though the Pacers are trending in the right direction, 3 first-round picks is 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, exactly. But, the Pacers are going for it. They feel they have a team that can really do something, eventually win a championship. I mean, getting Pascal
Mm-hmm.
Siakam on the team is going to be big. Now, the Pacers, where they lack, because in order for the Pacers really to win games, they have to outscore you. They're not a good
Right.
defensive team. I mean, if you look at the 30 teams in the NBA, the Pacers are ranked 26th in defense efficiency and their defensive
Oof.
rating. So,
Oof.
and losing Bruce Brown, Bruce Brown can guard just about any position.
Right.
And I mean, and to lose somebody like that, don't get me wrong, Pascal Siakam has the long arms and all that, but he's not just the greatest defensive player. And Bruce Brown really can guard. He's not, but Bruce Brown can guard every position. So that kind
Mike
of
the
hurts.
expert with his usual shade. Mike the expert with his usual shade.
Yeah,
This
that's gonna
boy
kind of
can't help
hurt.
but be shady, man. He love to be
Yeah,
shady, don't you?
yeah. But I mean, Pat, if the way that you're winning is to outscore people and you're wanting to continue to do that, adding Pascal Siakam, somebody who averages 22 points a game, and now he doesn't have to be the number one option. He's going to your team. He
Right.
could be number 2, number 3, whatever option you feel within your offense. I mean, that's going to really help. That's going to put more points on the board.
Definitely. When we talk about Pascal Siakam, let's talk about exactly what are the Pacers getting, because I think part of what happens is too when we talk about them outscoring people, they rely so heavily on Tyrese Haliburton. So you're getting a guy that's averaging right now 22 points a game, averaging 6 rebounds a game, almost 5 assists at 4.9, and shooting 52% from the field. Now he's not much of a
Yeah.
3-point shooter, but he does have a good mid-range game. Plus, I love the fact that Pascal Siakam is always playing downhill. He's always looking to get to the rack, which I think is a good
Mm-hmm.
thing. Helps you get to the free throw line, slows the game down a little bit sometimes. And I think he
Exactly.
fits well what they already have. Like you still have Halliburton, like we talked about, Buddy Hield. You still got Miles Turner. You still have Obi
Mm-hmm.
Toppin. I think you really have something now that's cooking that looks like possibly a playoff contender.
Oh yes, most definitely, most definitely. And I mean, you're gaining 22 points a game and you're losing 12. You know, so I mean, you're not
Hey,
really
that's a
with.
no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, really, you're just missing a little something on the defensive end. But I mean, I would have made that trade every day. I mean, there's no way that I'm gonna pass up Pascal Siakam to keep Bruce Brown. So I think it was a great trade for the Pacers. I think it was a good trade for Toronto too. I mean, the draft picks, getting those 3 draft picks, You can't go wrong. They're trying to kind of start over. They got Barnes and everybody, so they're doing their thing. They're building the team up. And Pascal Siakam had to go. You weren't going to get a great player for him, but to
Right.
get draft picks in return, that's great right there. So that could really help them a lot.
Definitely. Shout out to Masai Ujiri, man. He's made some good moves. The OG and Anunoby trade. I feel like they kind of, I know everybody keeps saying the Knicks won that trade, but I think the Raptors won. You walked away with RJ Barrett, which I think needed a change of scenery, which is real good. And then you just walked away with great compensation as far as guys that can contribute right now. And Emmanuel Quickly, I think, as a guy who's going to be really, really good later on. He got Tyrese Maxey potential, in my opinion. So I think they're trending in the right direction. You know, we'll see what happens next. But yeah, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Quickly. That's a good way to start over. Plus with 3 first-round picks, man. I think Masai Ujiri has really, set them apart to be in a good situation a couple of years from now.
Yeah, definitely. You had to make this trade. I mean, if you look at them now, Pascal Siakam being your number 1 player, you're not even a playoff team. Right now, I believe
Right.
they're ranked like 12th in the East, so they're not even a playoff team. So you might as well get rid of them and build for your future. When you look at the Pacers, they're
Plus,
6th right now. They're in that playoff hunt. Getting Pascal probably push them up even more.
definitely. And plus the fact that he wasn't committing to re-sign with you guys. So exactly what are you
Yeah.
doing? To your point, you're not winning. The guy's not committing. Send him on. I'm surprised to see him get traded in the East. I'm sure a bunch of the West teams were hoping to get their hands on him. Golden State, and I think this is a better deal than what they would have got from Golden State. You're talking about possibly getting Kuminga and Wiggins. I don't think that's enough, compensation, especially talking about you got 2 players plus 3 picks. I think that was a better trade.
Well, if Golden State, I mean, Golden State had the better players. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Wiggins and Kuminga, I think that would have been the better players, but that wouldn't have pushed them over the top or anything, and that wouldn't really.
Right.
Kaminga can help him for the future. Andrew Wiggins is what he is. Andrew's not getting any better. Andrew will have spurts where he looks like he could be a great player, and then, he goes back to what he was. So, yeah, this is a better trade for them. Now, somehow Golden State could have added more teams in there and got more draft consideration in there for Toronto, then that's a little bit different. But the way it stands right now, Toronto they got a good trade. Those 3 picks,
I
you just really can't beat that.
I agree with that. And I agree that, yes, the Warriors do have the better players, but you're adding 2 guys that are basically the same thing in Kuminga and Wiggins, and you already have
Yeah.
Scotty Barnes. Now you got a log jam at the small forward. I think that's what they were trying to get rid of by moving on from Pascal Siakam, by moving on from OG and Anunoby. This gives Barnes that opportunity to really take the reins and develop. So, yeah, we want to hear from you guys. What do y'all think? Do y'all like the trade? Y'all surprised? Who are you seeing possibly get traded next? Comment to us, and we're going to talk back to you.